So I want to thank you, Mr. Thomas, for all of those great words. Today is going to be really great today because it's the first of the month. So I put together a great training to start off the month of December. As you guys know, 2022 is in less than 30 days. So guess what we're going to do today? We're going to start the month off great, but we're also going to plan for the next year. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to play a video so we can go right into the information. Then I'll share my background and then we'll go right into the information. So hold on one second. And if you're not taking notes, I advise you to take notes. And if you're not paying attention, I really want you to pay attention because this video is going to basically it's going to open up your mind to the conversation that we're going to have today. You're going to be able to really understand more of what we're going to be talking about. So hold on one second while I share my.
7 principles of life that everyone knows, but only a few follow. Number 1. No strain, no gain. We often talk about doing all kinds of crazy shit, climb mountains, run marathons, skydive, start businesses, travel the world, write books, record albums, make movies. The list is endless. Just think about what's on your bucket list for a second. Now, can I ask you one thing? Why haven't you done those things? Don't shy away from hard things. Instead, train yourself to become a person that can endure difficulties. The answer almost always comes down to this. It's hard. Well, I hate to break it to you, but life is supposed to be hard. That's probably the most valuable lesson I've learned. Don't shy away from hard things. Instead, train yourself to become a person that can endure difficulties, physically and mentally. The cliche is 100% true. No strain, no gain. If you don't strain your muscles, they get weak. If you don't strain your brain, your cognitive ability will decline. If you don't test your character, you become spineless. If you rest, you rust. Helen Hayes. Number 2. Avoid negativity at all cost. Again, everybody knows this, but I rarely see people apply this in their life. They put up with negativity at work, at home, with their friends, family. And it's not weird, because everywhere you look, there's negativity. In fact, people are inherently negative. That's how we're hardwired. That's why you see so much complaining, lying, blaming, backstabbing, jealousy, bullying in the world. But here's the thing. All those things keep you from living a healthy and wealthy life. So why do you let yourself be exposed to negativity? The problem with us humans is that we always see the good in people. He means well. She'll turn around. He didn't mean to hurt me. Things will change. You know that you can't change people, right? So why try? People only change when they decide to change. It's best to avoid negativity at all costs. Number 3. Give more than you take. As a baby, you're taken care of. Your parents give you food, shelter, and if you're lucky, a lot of love. Even if you had a bad childhood, you've been given many things like education, food, etc. Weirdly enough, that behavior of taking things tends to stick with us as we grow up. We think it's normal to take. In fact, we think we should get everything we want. Life is not about taking. Please, do yourself a favor and start giving more. I was in the same boat for many years. But looking back, I was delusional. We're not entitled to anything. Who says you should get that job you applied for? Or the promotion that you want? Or the hot girl or guy at the gym? Or widespread success? Instead of always focusing on what you want from the world, start thinking about what you have to offer. Life is not about taking. Please, do yourself a favor and start giving more. But don't be surprised if you also receive more. The effect you have on others is the most valuable currency there is. Jim Carrey. Helping others is the most important thing you will ever do in your life. Number 4. Time is more valuable than money. Out of all the resources in the world, time is the most valuable resource you have. But why do we collectively spend time like we have an unlimited supply of it? Do you ever stop and think about how much time you have left on this earth? Let's say you get to live to 80 years. Just do the math. It's not that long if you keep wasting your time. Be more selective with your time. Don't squander it, as you can always get it back. Sure, you can always earn back the money that you've spent, but you can never earn back time. Once you spend time, it's lost forever. Number 5. Create your own path. We look at others and view them as examples. fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, friends, bosses, mentors, authors, entrepreneurs, artists. I've done that too. In fact, I still do it. Learning from others is one of the best things that I've done. Being humble is a good thing. But here's the catch. You're not all those people. You are you. That means one simple thing. Get off the beaten path and create your own. How do you know you're going somewhere new? People will likely not understand you. And that's a good thing. Of course, traveling the road that has been paved by others is much easier. But it's not fulfilling. And accomplishment weighs more than money, status, and even comfort. Don't be afraid to go in an unknown direction. Go places where people have never been before. How do you know you're going somewhere new? People will likely not understand you. And that's a good thing. Men almost always walk in paths beaten by others and act by imitation. Niccolo Machiavelli. 6. Do whatever life expects of you. Look, life is random. Why are you born to your parents? Why do you live where you live? Why were you bullied at school? Why? Do you have the answers? I doubt it. Instead of wishing that things were different, accept the circumstances of your life. No matter how bad they are, things are what they are. Look at it this way. Regardless of where you are in life, you are there for some reason. God, the universe, invisible forces. It doesn't matter what it is. But when life expects something from you, show up and play your part. And number 7. Life moves in one direction. You can live in 3 different time dimensions in your head. The past, the future, the present. If you live in the past, you're stuck in why mode. That means you always think about why things happened. That's a recipe for unhappiness. If you live in the future, you live in what if mode. That state of mind causes anxiety about everything that might happen in the future. Again, that's a recipe for living a timid life. You know that damned well. You also know that there's only one actual time dimension, the present. Why don't we live in the present? There are millions of things that prevent us from living in real time. One thing that has helped me let go of the past and future is to understand this. Life keeps moving forward. It doesn't care what I think or do, so I might as well not waste my time on stuff I can't control. If you look at it from a practical point of view, it doesn't make sense to question the things that happen in our life. We just have to keep moving forward. There you have it, stuff you know, but you don't do. I can't guarantee a good life if you follow all principles. But when you follow these principles, you have more respect for the subtlety of life. Because these principles have one goal. Get the most out of life. And that's the only point there is.
So after watching that video, can you guys hear me? So after watching that video, if you haven't took notes, this will be the time to either take notes or screenshot. But the 7 principles that they did talk about in the video, the first one is no strain, no gain. And we all can agree that if you don't put in any work, you're not going to get any results. Same way working out. You know, if you said you want to be more fit next year, you have to start going to the gym now. You can't wait until you feel good in order to do it. You have to do it now, the moment that you made that decision. Number 2, avoid negativity at all costs. If you remember me talking on a call for the past year, I always talk about avoiding negativity, and that includes people, things, places. It don't matter what, anything negative. What's going to happen is, think about it like this, right? What if you got a rotten apple and you put that rotten apple in the same bowl as of brand new apples? What's going to happen to the rest of the apples? They're all going to turn rotten, right? So it's the same with the people, the things, and the places that you're around. So if it's negative, try to avoid it at all costs. Number 3, give more than you take, meaning that you have to give more. And I'm not telling you to just give people money and things like that, but, you know, give people your information that you learned. Give people the things, the stories, the things that you just went through life and that you learned, and that you know for a fact that if they take the same information and apply it, their life can be changed. From there, number 4, time is more valuable than money. As we can agree, we see today, guess what a lot of people do? They exchange time for money. But what never made sense to me was that time and money never valued the same. I never look at money and time the same. And the reason why, because I always understood that you can always make more money. They're printing more money every single day, but is you able to print more time? No. So the factor is that you want to focus more on having more time than money. You want to get to the point where money is not even a factor in your life, that you can just have the time freedom to do what you want to do.
whenever you want to do it. Number 5, you want to create your own path. Meaning that by creating your own path, you want to go down a lane that's never been done before. And when I got involved in this industry, at 20 years old, that's exactly what I did. I create my own path. And 8 years later, this same path today has been able to help me build an organization, a well past over 2,000 customers and almost 10,000 plus business partners that we get paid. I mean, customers that we get paid on every 30 days. From there, number 6, do whatever life expects of you. And I would just tell you to just do it. A lot of times, most people are scared to do what they're supposed to do. But if you stop caring about what other people think about what you're doing and just make a decision to do it, I will tell you that your life will be way better than how it would when you didn't make the decision. For example, with me, when I got involved in MLM almost 8 years ago, people told me, you crazy, why are you doing this? You drop out of school, all of this, whatever. But I understood that that wasn't for me. So I chose to do what I wanted to do. And by me doing that today, I look back at everyone that ever told me to don't do it. None of them have the lifestyle that I want today. So I'm so happy that I did whatever life told me to do, and I just went with my heart. Number 7, life moves in one direction, meaning that life keep going. No matter what happens, life keep going. So a lot of times I tell people, listen, you can't let what happens in life frustrate you. One of the quotes that I live by is that do not be upset about things you can't control. If I can't control it, what's the point of giving it my energy? And that's how I've been able to go through our life and stop stressing. You know, when I stopped stressing about life, I started looking younger. When I stopped stressing about life, I started having gray hairs. I used to have a whole bunch of gray hair because I was stressed out. And now I haven't seen a gray hair in who knows when. And it's because I choose to live my life to the fullest and not live life for everybody else. So if you're not taking notes already, take a screenshot of this. And I want you to really sit down and go over this. And it's the first of the month. I want you to go over this and write down your goals. What do you want out of life? Where do you want to go? How much money do you want to make? How many people do you want to help? Ask yourself these questions and just start writing down your goals. So from there, it all starts with a dream. And if you ask a child if they have any dreams for the future, ask a teenager what they would do if time and money was no object. They will have no problems in sharing their dream with you. And more importantly, they'll actually believe that it's possible. Just think about it. When you was asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? How excited was you to say, I want to be a fireman. I want to be this. I want to be that. You was excited about it, right? Because at that time, no one was shooting down your dreams and telling you what you can't do. So a lot of times I tell people that you have to have the mindset of a child when it comes to your dreams and your goals, that anything is possible and nothing can be in the way. From there, everyone is born to a dream, and everyone has been given the ability to achieve their dream. Yet, as we get older and mature a bit, many of us lose sight of our dreams. And we can agree that most people, the older that they get, the less they start to dream, because from there on, they start thinking, man, I'm getting older. You know, I don't believe I can get these goals done anymore. But listen, I don't care if you're 18 or if you're 80, you can still have dreams. It don't matter your age, because at the end of the day, the purpose of you living life is not for you, but it's to leave an inheritance to your family. So at the end of the day, your age don't matter. The end of the day, it's all about the dream. And if you don't have any dreams, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to go too far in life, because if you don't have no dream, it's kind of like having a car and having no gas. Think about it. Where are you going to go? Nowhere. So your dreams is going to be the fuel to get you to where you need to go. It's not about the money. And I tell people this all the time. You can make money doing anything. Listen, trash men make more money than most teachers. But do you want to be a trash man? No. So at the end of the day, it's all about your dreams. It's not about the money, because guess what? There's a limited amount of money out there. And unfortunately, as we go along, too many of us realize that our incomes do not match our dreams. At this point, there's only 2 things we can do: increase the income to match the dream, or reduce the dream to match the income. And guess what most people do? They reduce their dream to match their income. And that's the last thing that you want to do, because think about it. To dream is free. Just think about it. It don't cost a lot to dream, but the bigger that you dream, the more income that it's going to take to fulfill that dream. So instead of most people wanting to do the work, they said, you know what? I might as well just reduce my dream, barely do the work, and just make enough money to get by. But we can agree, how is that working out for the average person? If you haven't been shopping lately, we can agree the prices of everything is going up. I went to the gas station yesterday. It says $4.30. I want to get a Prius. I'm about to get a bike, because I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. No, I'm just kidding, but we can't agree that gas is going up. Everything is going up. Food is going up. So guess what you got to do? At the end of the day, you're going to have to increase your income anyway. So you might as well increase your dreams so that your income can fulfill it. From there, the first and foremost important step in making a success of your network marketing business require you to identify or rekindle your dreams and then dare you to go after them. Meaning that, guess what? No matter where you're at in your business, you want to go after your dream. New goals, new goals, new goals, new goals. When I tell you new goals, new goals, new goals, my goals is crazy. I don't know if you can't really see it, but it says, $1 million in my bank account by January 1st, 2022. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. I don't care how it's going to happen. It might not happen January 2022. It might happen the following year, but do I care when it happens? No. I just care that I put it into the universe and that it happened. And see, that's all you got to do is just dream that you can be a millionaire. The average person do not believe that they can be a millionaire. They just don't believe it. But think about it. It takes the same energy to be a millionaire than it is to be a thousandaire, than it is to be a billionaire. It's the same energy. It's all about your goals and your dreams. Every successful person that I've studied, they all said they had a dream. They never talked about the money. They always talked about the dream. And by them going after their dreams, guess what happened? The money come anyway. So take the time to be clear on what your dreams and aspirations in life are. Once you know them, your chances of achieving them are greatly increased. So if you don't have any goals, you don't have any dreams, then guess what? Your life is not going to continue to change in the right direction, if that makes sense. Because at the end of the day, ask yourself how many people today written down their goals, or how many people even thought about writing down their goals for the rest of the year, or how many people even have goals for next year. See, the average person do not write down their goals, and that's why they don't know where they're going. And then from there, I talk about this all the time, goal dream building. Nothing is more powerful than experiencing your dream firsthand. Having your dream written down is a key to achieving it. Having brochures or visiting websites is important, but nothing can compare to physically seeing, touching, and smelling your dream. Say one of your dreams is a new car. Go out, look at the car, sit in it, smell it, take it for a test drive so that you can experience it as you already own it. And I do this all the time. I go to the dealership and I sit in the car and I'm like, man, I see myself being in that car. If you travel, if your dream is to travel, go to a travel agency, sit with an agent, plan your holiday trip. Don't do these things just once. Do it until the person there, the salesperson, the manager, whoever's working there, knows you as a regular. You got to walk into the bank. When you go to the bank, walk into the bank with the confidence that you're a millionaire. So when I tell people these type of things, it's all about dream building. Today I have an appointment at the bank. I just created a new business. Why? Because I told myself I want to move to Wyoming. I want to get hundreds of acres. So guess what I did? I purchased a business in Wyoming. So now guess what I'm doing? I'm setting up my life so that before I turn 30 years old, I'll be living on hundreds of acres of land in Wyoming. That's my dream. I went after it. I invested the money. I invested the time. And I had plans on going there. See, to me, I think so big that the average person, it makes them uncomfortable. My goal is to own 100 acres of land before I'm 30 years old. I'm thinking different. I'm sorry. I don't think like the average person. So guess what I do? I write my goals down and I go and I make it happen. See, the average person think I just be, joking around when I say these things, but I told myself, man, I want hundreds of acres of land. I want to be able to one day to build my dream house and just live in nature and still be able to travel, do what I want to do. But how many people that's in their 20s right now is even having this type of conversation? The average person is not. So again, you got to change your mindset and become somebody different if you want to have different goals for your life. From there, if your dream is to spend more time with the family, helping a charity, playing a sport, being active, or have a particular hobby, try to spend a little time doing it and imagine yourself doing it a lot more of it. Whatever your dream is, be sure to find a way to experience it firsthand as often as you can. Make a point to go dream building at least once a week and continue to do it for 3 months. You will be amazed at what difference it will make in your life, and you will never want to stop. Going dream building often leads to finding even more dreams. Building on your dreams is also important. When you achieve a dream, don't stop there, but look to go on and achieve the next one, meaning you never stop dreaming. You never stop dreaming. The goal is to never stop dreaming. I don't care if you might not have a lot of money right now. Go to the mall. Look at the ring that you want when you want to get married. You know, go test drive the car that you want. Go drive through the $1 million neighborhood that you want to live at one day. Listen, it costs $0 to go dream building. But guess how many people are going to do it? Not too many. It costs $0. And with me, that's why I live my life. I live my life on the go. Why? Because the world is my life. I want to be able to live here for a while, then live here. Listen, I don't plan on being comfortable for a very long time. Because what's the point of being comfortable when there's so much in this world to experience? From there, there'll always be hurdles to overcome. Network marketing provides a great business opportunity, but like all businesses, it has its challenges and pitfalls. The scope of these and their impact will vary for each person, with some finding certain areas easier than others, compared to some of the challenges and the pitfalls faced every day by traditional business owners. Those faced in network marketing pale into insignificance, but they are there. It is important that you are aware of them. In particular, it is crucial that you are aware of the ones that relate to you so that you can address them or avoid them. Meaning that if somebody else went down a path and it didn't work out, why would you go down the same path? But also, if someone did something that's successful and it worked, why would you not follow them? See, I learn from other people's mistakes. See, a lot of times people listen, if somebody put their hand on the stove and they get burnt, I'm not going to put my hand back on the stove to know how hot it is. I'm just not going to do it. But if I see someone that did something and it worked, guess what happens? Instead of me hating on them, I try to become business partners with them. There's people that I've made thousands of dollars just by being, their friend. And guess what? Bringing value to their business, sending them referrals to people. Because at the end of the day, if someone has something that's working and I want to be a part of that, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to add value to them. I'm going to be able to build a relationship with them so that I can also get the same information. And to end it, some of the challenges and the pitfalls that you may face, number one, stepping out of your comfort zone. A lot of people are not familiar with stepping out of their comfort zone. Negativity from friends and their family. If your friends and family is negative, I'm telling you, get rid of them. A lot of times, the reason why most people are not successful is because they care what their friends and their family members say. Listen, I don't care what nobody says. And my family knows that for a fact. I'm the guy that shows up when everyone's finished eating Thanksgiving because I don't want to be in the mix. I'm not going to fake the funk. I'll still show up, but at the end of the day, I protect my energy. And that's why I've been able to have a positive, successful life because I'm very protective about the people that's into my life. Last year, I got a new number. Guess what I'm thinking about getting this year? Another new number. Because guess what it does? It just makes the barrier for the people that I don't want a part of my life to not get to me. And a lot of people might be thinking, why would you say that? Listen, at the end of the day, if you're negative and I'm positive, think about it, right? If you get a glass, right, and you put water in there, brand new water in there, right? And then you go outside and you get mud and you put mud into that cup of glass. What's going to happen to that cup of glass? It's going to turn dirty, right? It's the same with the people around you. I'm sorry it sounds that way, but that's just how it works, right? Having to do extra work on top of what you're already doing. That's going to be some of the challenges. You feel like you don't put in so much time, energy, and money into building this leg of business, but you got to keep doing the work until you find the right person that takes it over. Guess what? It happens. Not always achieving your goals is some of the pitfalls. It happens. Giving up some leisure times in the short term. You got to give up some time in order to get what you want to do. That extra strain on your finances in the short term. And this is important. People are scared to invest their money into themselves. The reason why your business is not growing because you ain't put no money into your business. Listen, I put so much money back into the business. Sometimes I don't even like thinking about it. But I know that if I didn't do it, I wouldn't be here today, 8 years later, still winning. It's because I invested my money back into my business. Frustration that it's not working out for you as quickly as you like it. But who says about your time? Listen, you don't want to be the person that get $1 million and you're not ready for $1 million because you'll get that $1 million, that one chance to change your life, and then you'll blow the money because you don't know what to do with it. Have you not seen that show on TV or those people that won the Mega Million and they didn't win broke? Because guess what? It's your habits. If you have a broke mentality, no matter how much money they give you, you'll always be back into the same situation. And that's why the saying goes that money don't change people. You can give people a whole bunch of money, and guess what? It's going to go right back into the same hands. Didn't that happen 2 years ago when they gave people a whole bunch of free money? Now, how many people actually took that money and invested it? I'll wait. Everyone who's going on to build a successful network marketing business has their own challenges to overcome and experience. Some pitfalls along the way, but all that have have been backed up by hard work, commitment, persistence, and never give up attitude. Something also required if you are successful in traditional business. And for most, the road has not always been easy, but the trip has been certainly worth it. So that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. So hopefully you guys were able to get something out of today's I'll call it an event, an experience. And hopefully you guys were able to take it and go out there and make something happen, because at the end of the day, you got to make it happen. I don't care how many seminars, how many people you talk to. If you don't make a decision to make your goals happen for you, then you're going to be stuck looking for, somebody in the sky or somebody or something to come and save you. But guess what? Nobody's coming to save you. And I'll be the first person to tell you that today. So if I was you, I would start today with the mindset that nobody's coming to save me. So I thank you guys for being on the call today, and I look forward to being back here next week.